Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate the difference between downloading Selenium jars from official website of Selenium and MvnRepository. So what will happen when you download the Selenium jars from official website, and what will happen when you try to download the Selenium jars from MvnRepository, and what is the difference? Are they same? Okay, not just Selenium jars, guys. You can try to download any other jars. It can be TestNG jars or it can be extent report jars. Okay, from the official websites, when you download the jars of such Selenium extent reports or TestNG, what will happen? And when you try to download the jars of this Selenium TestNG and extent reports from MvnRepository, what is going to happen? Okay, so what's the difference? The simple difference here is when you download the jars of respective libraries from their official websites, you will not only get the exact jar file, but also the dependent jar files you will get. Okay, apart from the core jar file that you download from the official website, dependent jar files which are required for the functioning of the core jar file will also be downloaded from the official website. But coming to the MvnRepository, it will only download the core jar file. Okay, so often we go to the MvnRepository and try to download the jar file of Selenium or TestNG or extent reports or whatever it may be. It only downloads the core part. It only downloads the core jar file, not the dependent jar files. I'll prove that in a while. Okay, so let's try to download the Selenium jars. Okay, from the official website. Let's go to the Selenium dev. If I go to the selenium.dev and go to the download, this is the official website of Selenium. Okay, and after going to the downloads page, just scroll down and here you'll get Selenium Java. Okay, library thing 4.5.0. Click on that. You see a zip file is getting downloaded. Okay, a zip file containing the jar files of this Selenium is getting downloaded. Here, not only the core Selenium Java jar file will be downloaded for this 4.5.0 version, but also the other remaining dependent jar files which are required for supporting this core jar file of Selenium Java, that is 4.5.0, will also get downloaded along with the core jar file here. Here you will get a complete list of jar files, the core jar file and its dependent jar files which are required to support the core jar file. Okay, let's wait for the download to complete. As you can see, it has downloaded successfully. Let's go to the folder, that is the downloads folder where the zip file got downloaded. And once you go to this downloads folder, there is zip file here. If you extract a zip file, you will not just get the core jar file of Selenium Java 4.5.0. Apart from that, you will get all the remaining dependent jar files, okay, which are required for supporting the core Selenium Java 4.5 jar file. We'll see that soon. Okay, once it gets extracted, I'll show you practically. So you'll get an option like replace. I'll just select replace, guys. That doesn't matter a lot. Okay, so here you see, guys, this is a zip file and we have extracted it. We got this folder. Inside the folder, you see there are a lot of jar files. Okay, there is not just a single core jar file. You see, Selenium Java 4.5.0 is a core jar file, but it's not just the single jar file that you are getting while downloading Selenium. Other jar files are also you see other jar files from Selenium library are coming, which are required for supporting this core jar file, that is Selenium Java 4.5.0. Even you can go inside the lib folder and you can see other kind of right, supportive jar files for Selenium Java 4.5.0 core jar file. Okay, so a lot of jar files you are getting, not just a core jar file of Selenium Java. So now this is one way. This is one way, guys. Okay, from the official website, if I download the jar files, not just the core jar file, but also the other supportive jar files are coming, okay, which are required for the functioning of the Selenium Java well. Okay, fine. So we need this kind of thing. Okay, we prefer this kind of thing where we have to go to the official website and download the jar files. But what if we choose to download the jar files of the Selenium Java from the MvnRepository? Is that a good decision or not? Let's find it out. Okay, let's go to the MvnRepository. Okay, so here search for Selenium Java, same thing. and you'll get this Selenium Java link. Click on that. Again, here you have the same version in the Selenium Java page. You have the same version of 4.5.0. Let's go with that. And here, if you are trying to download the jar file from here, you see there's a jar file option here. If you're trying to download the jar file option from this website, so will you get all the jar files like the way that I have got from the official website of Selenium? No, guys. Only the core jar file will come. The other supportive jar files which are required for the functioning of the core Selenium Java 4.5 in this example. Okay. Tomorrow these versions may change and okay. So kind of, okay, only the core jar file you will get, guys. You'll not get the other supportive jar files, okay, which are required for the functioning of the Selenium Java core jar file. Okay, just click on this. Only one jar file will be downloaded. You see, only Selenium Java 4.5.0. Okay, only this jar file is getting downloaded, guys. Okay, this is just a part of, you see, the from the official website, Selenium Java 4.5.0 is just a single jar file, core jar file or main jar file, and other supportive jar files are there. But when you download it from the MVN repository, you are only getting this core jar file. What about the other supportive jar files? Not just with the Selenium, guys. Okay, if you go to the extent reports, okay, the same thing will happen. The same thing will happen with extent reports, guys. When you try to download the jar files from the official website of extent reports, okay, extentreports.com, and if you try to download the jar files from this otherwise you can say download extent reports jar files, okay, like this. If you try, so you may get this kind of this option, download extent reports jar file with all dependencies. Instead of going with a specific version, I am going with this general link, okay, where you will be having an option to download the jar file. Okay, so this jar hyphen download is okay, the main one. You can go down and there is option to download, guys. Okay, so here somewhere here you should have download extent reports jar is there. Okay, so click on this and see what's happening. Please wait, this can take some time. Let's wait for that. From the official website, if you are going and downloading the jar files, then what will happen? And the same thing if you do from the this MVN repository with jar file, you'll get UC once. Okay. Okay, you see a jar underscore file zip file is coming here also. In this case, it will come with not just the core jar file of extent reports, but also the other supportive jar files also will be downloaded in this case of extent reports, not just Selenium, guys. It happens with all the other things also. Okay, if I go to the, okay, while it get downloaded, we'll go to the MVN repository and search for extent reports here, extent reports. Okay, we'll go with the latest extent reports. And here, if I go with this 5.0.9, and if I click on this jar file, you see a single jar file is getting downloaded. The supportive jar files are not coming. That's the problem. Okay. So whenever you are using MVN repository, so using the dependency tags of Maven or Gradle or whatever, it is fine. Okay. They'll get you the not only the core jar file, but also the supportive jar files will come with this dependency tags and all when you configure them. If you create a Maven project and right, you take this, okay, then that is fine. Okay, this will get you all the required jar files like the zip file. But if you try to click on this jar file option, only one jar file will come. That is not enough for, okay, extent reports. This single jar file, the task will not be done, guys. You cannot configure the extent reports in a project with just this single jar file. Okay, we need the supportive jar files. Okay, supportive jar files. You see in the zip file, you'll see the supportive jar files, not just the extent report jar file, but also the other remaining supportive jar files also will come when you download from the websites. Okay, not from the MVN reports. You see, apart from the extent reports, you got the supportive FreeMaker, JSON, Lombok, Overreactive, and all those things are coming. Okay, so it's preferable that if you're downloading the jar files, better to download from the official websites or required websites rather than using the MVN repository. But if you're using some dependency tags, that's okay to go to MVN repository and use the dependency tags of MVN repository, because dependency tags from the MVN repository, that may be Maven or Gradle or whatever it is, you'll get not only the supported jar files getting configured, the core jar file getting downloaded, but also supported jar files will also come. But if you choose to download a jar file from the MVN repository, then that is a problem. Supported jar files will not come. Okay, so what is the difference between downloading the Selenium jars or any other library jars from their official websites or respective websites, and the MVN repository. Okay. In case of MVN repository, it's not recommended to download the jar files. Okay. Rather, it is recommended to use the dependency tags. Okay. From the official websites, you have to download the jar files. Okay. That's the thing. That's all the thing that I wanted to explain as part of this session. So thank you guys. Bye.